Hi everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Awakened. I'm your host Alison.
And hi everyone, welcome back to another fantastic episode. And I'm your host Jason.
And today we are going to be discussing grounding, our version and stories of grounding, and also Jason has also researched some other information about grounding as well.
Yeah, the importance of grounding, and also the other term out there is earthing, which is a new concept for me. So it's going to be interesting. I've done some extra research other than what I understand, and let's get started.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jason, jump on in.
Take it away. So to start off with grounding, usually when you're ungrounded, it's usually because you're overwhelmed or you've got a lot of stress going on. There's a lot going on around you, a lot going on in life. So we become, you could say, a little bit unstuck. So that will take us a little bit out of our bodies as well, which is not what you really want, because you're then receptive of having other negative influences trying to come in to your body, and also you're just not, like your head's a bit in the cloud, and you're just not with it. So therefore that can be a little bit dangerous too, because for example, I'm getting machinery, if operating machinery and you're totally out of body, that could be dangerous.
Absolutely. And a lot of people have had a lot of accidents by doing that as well.
Oh, I'm also getting now when we're driving.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think there's anybody home driving the car.
A lot of the time when I've been driving, I have caught myself flying off. It's not the best thing, but sometimes it just happens when I'm driving, and then I've got to pull myself back again and go, no, I need to be aware, because I'm on the road. I've got my life and other people's lives around me if I'm not grounded while I'm driving.
Yeah, and that's really interesting when I'm in a car park. We're in a car park.
Yeah.
And I just feel like nobody's watching anything.
No, people just reverse, because the car park is like on angles. So people are always parking on angles. So when they do leave, they're reversing out. There's both of us in the car, and we're looking every way. We're looking backwards, forwards, sideways, every way, and just to check that no one's around. But other people, it's almost like they just reverse without even checking.
Yeah, well, we almost had a couple of head-on collisions the other day up in the Mount Dandenongs. That wasn't too much fun. And we're like, okay, really ground now. We need to really, really ground now. It's really important. So keep ourselves back in our body as much as we can. And yeah. So look, I just want to do a brief thing on that as well. Oh, another thing that's coming up, when I was a child, I was never in my body as well, because life was too overwhelming, because as a lot of people know, I'm a sensitive. So I got really fearful and overwhelmed as a child. And we're talking about this with you as well. You were pretty much
I was
very similar boat.
I was very ungrounded. I sometimes, like even now, we all get ungrounded now, even as adults, only because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. We still have a lot of triggers as humans, and they can actually, if we don't sort out our triggers or what our fears are, we can be out of body as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I also experienced being out of body, not being in my body, to the point where sometimes it might seem like me, but it might actually be a different personality. And Jason has experienced that or seen that on me like a few years ago.
Yeah, I guess it gets too much and you have a different aspect or not personality, because, you're talking about another topic there.
Yeah, it's a completely different topic.
But a different part of self, which is...
that comes in to take over so that you don't face the brunt of it. But what I've discovered as grounding now is, like you said, we're in this reality. We have entered into this game. So therefore we need to actually play the game to the best of our ability.
Yeah. So it's all very interesting stuff, and I feel like at the stage, because I've done some notes, did some research yesterday, extra stuff, just to ground it.
Yeah, like different perceptions of grounding.
Yeah. So I just want to go through, I'm just going to do the new age thing and do the crystals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because crystals are a really good way to help ground if you meditate as well, and if you sit on the grass as well, if you can't. It's like being winter here and freezing cold, or if you're living in the snow, it's a bit hard. So the crystals are another good tool to help with grounding. So I've just jotted down a few. So the first one I've got is the black tourmaline, and that's really good for clearing and protecting the aura from negative influences and helps connect you to the earth. So we have this around our house, actually, the black tourmaline, big pieces. It's really black and really chunky, and that's really good to help clear and protect, because also at the same time, if you're feeling unsafe and not too sure about your environment, it will help just clear some of that negativity around you. So therefore, you feel like you're a bit more safer to ground. That's interesting. I say that is because when you're feeling unsafe and not too sure, that's when you're ungrounded. You become unstuck.
Yeah, I was getting with because one of the topics that we talked about previously, we spoke about the torus field. And I'm getting shown, so that torus field goes around the body when you're in love or when you've got love around you. The minute you're in fear, you said that the torus goes from the heart up. And there was actually...
Like it shrinks.
Yeah, it was like an actual imagery of the torus only being really small. So from what I'm getting from that is because of the fear, the torus field is actually like the grounding mechanism as well for the human body to help ground to the earth. And the minute you're in fear, it's like... Maybe that's why it shrinks up, because now you've got no grounding on your feet.
Yeah, so therefore you become even more unstuck in a way, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. Look, let's be all very, very honest, everyone. Life at this stage of the game is pretty crazy and full on, and we need to find ways to bring ourselves back into center. And if it is a crystal, just get one, but make sure you clear it.
Absolutely. Make sure you clear it.
It's very, very important. So the next crystal is hematite. So this is a powerful crystal for grounding, and it helps clear away confusion, it helps with practical action in the real world. So not the airy-fairy world or rainbow world or the butterfly world, Alison.
Hey, they're still real worlds.
They are, because they're dimensional.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that one is very helpful to help with grounding. And if you're confused and not too sure, and if you are out of body and you're a little bit foggy, I'm going to be thinking that you're going to be a bit confused.
Absolutely. With hematite, because I have had hematite before, it is magnetic.
Yeah, that you had a ring.
I had a hematite ring, and I forgot. I actually wore it around my necklace. Unfortunately, we had to dispose of this hematite ring for other reasons, but it is magnetic. And what I've understood is that if you can find a raw piece or a tumbled piece, rings I might be a bit iffy on now, but because it's magnetized, apparently it also helps to magnetize to the earth energies. Yeah. That's what I've heard too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. So that's very helpful. Shungite.
Love shungite.
Yeah, shungite's a really powerful stone. So it purifies, again, negative emotions and energies and transmutes them into light. And you will have that in your cap with some aluminium foil.
Yes.
When you're doing it hard with AI or 5G.
Yes, so that is another topic that we will talk about with the 5G network. But I do actually have shungite in a cap of mine with some aluminium foil or aluminum foil. And it really actually does help. It helps a lot when I'm trying to ground and combat the mental realm, AI realm, whichever place you want to call it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of frequencies playing out.
Absolutely.
Because we're in the mind realm as well.
Yeah.
And we're here trying to ground, and we're sort of too much in the head, not enough in the body. That's been really helpful. I've noticed when you put that on, when you've got a lot going on with the thoughts and a lot of streaming, that really has helped you. You're like, within like a minute, she's like, oh, I feel a lot better.
And I notice I have a pain in my head. The minute I put it on, it's almost as though the streaming has stopped and my head or my frequency or my brain or something like has a moment to rest, but it does have a bit of like a headache. I think because it's trying to recalibrate going back to normal kind of thing.
Okay.
But yes, shungite, if you're having issues grounding, shungite is great. If you want to try foil in a cap with shungite, small shungite pieces, that's great too.
Yeah, that's been very helpful.
Yeah.
The next one I've used it's smoky quartz. I've used smoky quartz over the years a lot. I've got a big chunky smoky quartz and I've done a lot of healing work with that. That one also helps clear negative energies from your environment by grounding them into the earth. Very, very great, good grounding stone or crystal. So that's really helpful. And I've used it in my healings as well. I will just put that sometimes at the base of the feet or at the base chakra.
Is that
just
the big one?
Yeah, that's the big one.
Oh,
yeah, which you've been using a lot.
I've used that one as well,
for a few months. And it's set up for a healing crystal as well. So that's really, really great. So get your hands onto that. And tiger's eye as well is really, really helpful. So tiger's eye helps you stay centered and calms you, and it's practical. Despite the ups and downs of life, it helps to balance you. So when you're up and down like a yo-yo, like a roller coaster ride, it will just help balance. I guess what I'm being shown, I've got written here, the ups and downs. I think it just helps you bring you back into a bit more balance again. So not so high, not so low.
And I'm getting the ups and downs could also be emotional ups and downs, mental ups and downs. So anything or anytime you feel like you're out of balance, really.
Yeah. And then the final one I picked was ruby.
Oh. Okay.
Activator of passion, confidence, determination, and adventure. Helps with courage and to face your fears. And it also helps with renewed vitality.
I like that one.
That's right, yeah, because I like ruby.
I like that one.
So
yeah, I had no idea.
Ruby earrings would be good. A ruby necklace would be good.
Yeah.
A bracelet maybe. It's a really pretty stone as well.
It is a pretty stone. And can I also actually add one as well, which I'm getting? So I've been using bodgy stones.
Oh, bodgy stones are fantastic.
Love bodgy stones. So if you can get your hands on bodgy stones, that is also great because I have them in my pocket. So one each in my pocket. I can't remember if it's male. I can't remember which way it is.
But there's meant to be a male, female, and they're quite heavy in their own right, aren't they?
Yeah, so there's a male and female, but I think you put the male in the left hand, which is the feminine side, and the female in the right hand, which is the masculine side. I think that's right. I'm not 100% sure. But I've had them in one each in my pocket. And just the feel of that, because it's so earthy and rocky and it's got like its own ridges and, I feel it. So that also helps as well when you can feel something that's got like that earthy, rocky feel to it.
Yeah. When I was working at one of the New Age shops years ago as a healer, the lady that ran the store said to me, Jason, I think you're going to need some bodgy stones, mate. You're not looking that great. You need some grounding from all the clients that you're working on. And it really did help. I was surprised. So, yeah, just Google all these crystals and especially the bodgy stones I think might be really helpful.
I think the bodgy stones have been really helpful for me. I have slept with them under my pillow and I've had some really crazy dreams as well, oddly enough. I don't know why. I'm not 100% sure what goes on in the astral realm when I sleep with bodgy stones underneath. But bodgy stones I highly recommend as well.
Yes, it's a very, very good tool. Yeah, I don't know if I'd sleep with them under the pillow. But Alison does this crazy stuff. I just don't understand everyone.
I try things. I've even slept with an orgone
device.
Piece
you've
under
done that, orgone devices.
I've slept with orgone pieces, and they're also really good for grounding too.
Yes, that's a good point. Orgone. Yeah,
orgone's really good for grounding as well because
they help clear the area.
Yeah, I think because of the crystals that go into it, and also I think there's a magnet that goes in. They can have magnets in them too. So that also helps to clear or ground yourself as well.
Yes, very helpful. And the next big one is taking your shoes and your socks off and walking in the grass, walking on sand. Even if you just live in a concrete jungle, that will be very helpful as well. Because I was also researching that somebody talking about, because we've had shoes and socks on, that's what we do.
It's our culture, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have nerves and sensors in our feet, like our as we do of our hands. And over time, they get, I guess, in a way, desensitized. So, and become not as sensitive. So they were saying that if you had gloves on all the time with your hands, you wouldn't be able to feel it as much. And I'm thinking, well, that makes sense.
If you had gloves on your hands and you took it off, wouldn't you feel more?
But they were saying over time.
Oh, okay.
Like if you had to wear, it's like when it's summer, you're not wearing as much clothing, so therefore you're feeling a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So wouldn't it be a bit more sensitive?
No, well, there's proof saying that the nerve endings on the feet, after a long period of time without using your feet, they get a little bit, they're not as connected to the earth, which for me makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because back in like our ancestors with, let's just go back to the caveman days where I don't believe that they had shoes and socks back then.
No, I don't think so either.
No. And they would be really, really connected and grounded to the earth.
I mean, even you looking at the indigenous cultures of each country, whether they be Aboriginal or African, they also would walk around barefoot too.
Yeah, and they'd be very earthy, grounded people.
Yeah.
And really connected to the earth.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point. So when it warms up, we said last night, we're going to have to,
it was a
wear
bit
bare
cold.
feet.
It was a bit cold last night.
Because you tried it, didn't you?
I did try it. It was a bit cold and the ground was cold, but it felt really good, even though they do say it's better to earth in nature. But I understand what they're saying. It's really about the physical contact. It's really about the touch that's important.
Yeah, it's about really grounding yourself. And we'll also talk about manifestation as well. Manifestation, we were talking about, to manifest a little bit more easier, we need to be more grounded, because I guess you're trying to manifest something from the ethers or from your intention into the physical reality.
Yeah.
So therefore, for that to happen a lot more easier, being more grounded, more connected would be an easier thing.
It's with any idea, any inspiration.
It needs to be grounded here.
It needs to be grounded here, yes. So, yeah, you do need to be connected to the earth and and do practical steps, which is also grounding as well. Practical steps to create that idea and inspiration.
Yeah. And another couple of tips that I have as well is, let me have a look at my notes, everyone. So you can sit on the grass with your base on the grass or the ground, and you can just intentionalize energy moving from the top of you down into the earth through your base, and that will help ground the energy through your base as well. So I have done that before, and then you can bring the earth energy up just by intentionalizing it up through the base, through your body, and then you can probably do a little bit of energy work. What's the Taurus field work at the same time, and really have the intention of grounding. Yeah. So that's a really good one. Yeah. You could even have like a couple of the grounding crystals with you. Yeah. Just to really help with that. You might find as well, I'm getting in my head that it might help clear out some of the stagnant energy as well. Yeah. So that is a really good one. And another one that I do a lot is just standing out on the grass, even if you've got shoes on, but just intentionalize yourself as a tree. Yep. And just see yourself having roots going into the earth. Yep. And then seeing yourself, visualizing yourself as a tree and just really connecting with the earth. Yeah. A good way to use a visualization is Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Groot. We all love Groot.
We all love Groot, and I'm sure we all love baby Groot. So yes. You know, if you need some help into understanding, just visualize or picture Groot and his legs, and then that might actually help you to understand the whole grounding process of visualizing a tree. Yeah, and that's really helpful. I do a lot of grounding work with my clients on the table because everybody, and I use what we call the bottom diamond, and that's usually needs a bit of work on to help the person ground, because look, everybody's doing it, I think, a little bit tough. Yeah, I reckon. And everybody doesn't want to be there or be here all the time, so you know, we all feel for you guys. Absolutely. We really do. Absolutely. So it's very helpful. This stuff will be really, really helpful. Also, can I suggest something too?
Of course, go for it.
Liquids. Essential oils, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh.
Because I'm looking at our essential oils over there. Essential oils is also actually really good. I'm getting, if anyone knows what lava stones are, apparently lava stones can come in a bracelet, and lava stones are actually volcanic beads or volcanic ash or stone or rock or something like that made into beads that you can actually wear around your wrist. And then you put some essential oils on that as well. And the smell would actually also help you ground. So cinnamon, I've read that cinnamon is actually a very grounding essential oil.
I use a lavender in one of my, in the clearing spray, and that helps calm and relax, which will help you ground as well because you're feeling a lot more safer.
So essential oils is great also for whatever mood. Like if you need to awaken, then lime is good for awakening the brain. Citrus is good for awakening the brain. But to ground, see if you can find, if you're into essential oils, something that can help you ground. Cinnamon, I think clary sage might be one. A lot of the earthy type of essential oils.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Very, very good tip. And also getting a massage. Yeah, don't start also getting a massage. So you could get a massage every single day. Also, energy healing will help.
Yep.
Acupuncture can help with grounding and just sorting stuff out.
Yep.
There's a lot of healing modalities out there that will help. And this stuff's all natural, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually just getting sage as well. If you sage your house, sage yourself, that can, even though it's a smoke, it can actually help you ground because of the smell. So I'm getting a lot of smells, like smell can
earthy
smells can help.
And it clears your environment, and also that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And food. Let's talk about food quickly.
Oh, yes, food, absolutely.
So your root vegetables, such as your potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots.
Yep.
What else is there?
Beetroot.
Yeah,
so all
from the ground.
Yeah, so all your really earthy potatoes and sweet potatoes are probably the pumpkin. No, I think pumpkin grows above.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, pumpkin grows.
Yeah,
above.
it does.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it cut the fit and just say, look, it's coming out of. It's still sitting on the earth. But I love pumpkin, and I still classify it as a root vegetable.
Okay. But mainly it's your potatoes and sweet potatoes. They're really and your carrots.
Your carrots. There's probably a lot more out there, but that's the ones we can think of at the top of our heads. Anything else I want to add? So we quickly go through the benefits that I also found out, besides being in your body, being centered, also being in your personal power.
Yep.
But I read it helps reduce inflammation. And it helps with blood flow as well.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So I thought that was interesting. And it also helps decrease pain.
Oh. Okay.
Decreases stress response if you're a lot more grounded.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it can help with increasing your heart rate and even it out, balance it out. And also connected to better recovery.
Really? Okay.
Improves sleep.
Yep.
And they also believe improves wound healing. I guess if you're a lot more grounded in your body, and they say also, I've got to mention, exercise is really important.
I was getting exercise too.
So exercise really helps move things around, and it helps ground as well, have you be more in the moment, and it gives you a rush as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of get that. Like if you're in your body, if you're consciously in your body, in the present moment, your body's moving, your body's working on an optimal level, I understand the wound healing thing.
And it helps bring you back into balance.
Yeah.
Being more grounded. So I think the easiest thing to do really is, somebody was saying that you just walk in your bare feet for 10 minutes a day.
I reckon the easiest thing to do is to probably go for a walk and breathe in the fresh air.
And take your shoes and socks off.
What if you're living in the city?
Well, it's just all concrete. It's not as bad, is it?
What if you're living in the snow?
Yeah.
Snow's a bit difficult.
Yeah, I don't have a solution for that one.
Well, okay, so the only thing I can suggest, if you're living in the snow, then it would be to eat the easiest thing to do would be probably to carry crystals around in your pocket.
Yeah, I remember in my head I'm getting mothers would give their children grounding crystals and sew them in their pants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to help them ground
Oh, yes.
and be more centered.
Yeah.
New age mothers gonna love you. Very inventive. And they said, and I can imagine it would help the child.
Yeah, it would help the child. But children are meant to be...
Oh, but you can still be playful. I'm not saying that being grounded you can't be playful and have fun.
That's true.
Maybe in your universe, love. But probably have more fun.
Probably.
Well, that's what I pretty much have for the importance of grounding in just a few tips. Well, it's a bit more than a few. And try them out.
Yeah.
See how you go, especially if you're doing it tough. Find ways to support yourself and love yourself. And we're talking about a grounding here that will help you become more centered and make better choices as well. Because when you're out of body and you're all in your head and you're all in fear, we don't make the best decisions, do we?
No, because the fight and flight mode comes in.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Good tip.
Yeah. Because we spoke about that, I think, in one of our other ones, not necessarily the flight and fight mode, but it was something about everyone needs love. I think it might have been the heart one or something. And we were saying that when you're in fear, all you want to do is run for safety. That's all you want to do. You're trying to run for safety. But if you're in fear of the surrounding or the environment that you're in, leaving your body is kind of trying to run for safety as well.
Yeah,
in a way.
It's the fight or flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are in flight mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we understand that.
Yeah, no, we really do. We're going through a lot of stuff too, so we totally understand where everybody's coming from. Not everyone, but I feel that there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah, there's quite a few out there.
Yeah, and we're just trying to play our little part just to give you some tips and help you understand. There's a lot more people talking about grounding out there, but we just want to put our, dollars worth in. Another perspective.
And another thing I'm just getting to help you ground is to do what you love doing, to enjoy life, even if it means listening to music, going for a walk, just do what you love doing. And if there's people that love you and support you and lift you up and you feel happy with them, go hang out with them as well. Go grab a coffee, go have a chat, go do something.
People connection. Yeah,
people connection, but the ones that actually are there for you, the ones that are there to support you, absolutely, because that can also help you ground. Yeah, love. Love helps you ground.
Yeah, love connection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Holding hands with your partner, walking in a park.
Yeah, touch, yeah.
Yeah, tactile, being tactile, which was pretty much walking in the grass with your bare feet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So pretty much as a human being, we need to be loved, feel safe, tactile. We need connection. Yeah, that's who we are as a people, as a race.
That's pretty much it. And if anyone in the New Age community, people in the New Age community, we don't always want to be in this earthly realm. We want to go outside of our bodies, but that's not where you need to be.
Yeah, I mean, learn about all that stuff and, do all that, but at the same time, you're here to live a physical existence, a physical life. And
everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to share?
Yes, I just quickly want to share one more thing because I was getting shown, like if you're on the laptop all day and you're at home, what about you get a little table outside and you put the laptop on the table and you sit in the chair with your bare feet on the ground.
But then again, what about when it's cold?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking about when it's sunny and it's a nice day. When it's a nice day and sunny, if you got a chance, just do it.
Oh, even sunshine grounds you.
Yeah, sun's good.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to stand in the sun, do that as well because that will help you ground. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, in the sun, doing your meditations with the crystals, grounding.
Yeah. And if you're living in the snow, then probably the only other option would be to have a fire, light a candle. Something to do with a fire will also help ground, and crystals and root vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah, keep warm.
Yeah, pretty much keep warm if you're living in the snow.
Yeah, okay. I think we've covered a bit.
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be this long. So sorry, everyone.
No, it's all good. It was all awesome information.
Well, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
And we send you so much love and so much happiness.
And grounding.
And grounding, absolutely.
Check it out, what we've said. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
If you're struggling, do some of these little tips. You might be surprised. It may help you out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And until next time, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in.
See you
Love
later.
You. Bye.